welcome to Launchpad. Next up is Joanne, and her idea is Yoga Monkeys. If you think her idea is best this week, click to vote.
I've been practicing yoga for 8 years now, and that's my passion. That's what I love. Next to my family, it's the thing I love most in the world. It's not just a physical practice for me, a form of exercise, although of course it is that, with all of the benefits. But it's a way of life. About a year or so ago that, wow, wouldn't it be great to combine my passion for yoga with my profession, the thing I'm qualified to do, and teach yoga to children full time. The business is Yoga Monkeys, in case I didn't mention that at the start. There are huge benefits to yoga, and this is where the PowerPoint comes in. To summarise them, obviously there are the physical benefits. Then there's the increased mental clarity. Children tend to be able to think more clearly and more focused. And then there's the emotional and social aspect of it. Children tend to be more well balanced, adults too actually, but obviously I'm going to talk about children now. Tend to be more well balanced, better able to deal with their emotions. So why go to a centre? Well, it's committed, regular, weekly practice dedicated in the week. So this is my yoga time. This is the time I dedicate to myself, or for my child to dedicate to themselves. They would make new friends. It would have a hobby or interest that isn't centred around the school environment. I agree entirely, put yoga into schools, but to do it in school you've got everything on the walls that's reminding you of your school day, the smells of the school. You're still very much in that school environment. This is taking it out of that and something that's much more for them, for themselves, rather than a school-based activity.
How much to start up the business roughly, and have you got any sort of income projections?
Okay, right, how much to start up the business? Yoga, setting up a yoga business is fairly inexpensive compared to other sorts of things. You need, for example, I need about 15 mats, cost about £120, some relaxation CDs and a player, £100, £150. The hall hire is where I stumbled the most. Village halls and things, you're looking at about £7 an hour. They're not the greatest venues, they tend to not to have the cleanest floors.
So
there's
the
no
first year starts up £1,000, something like that?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
And have you done any work on what you might then get in terms of income?
Yeah, I mean, based on, so I did some figures, based on 20 children under 5, 10 between 5 and 8. This is in the first year, so obviously it'll build up. 10 in the 8 to 11s, 10 in the 12 to 16, 10 over 16. Looking at an annual turnover of 17,500 almost. Obviously turnover before any start-up costs.
Okay.
And how many classes could you run a day?
Personally, I could run 5 or 6 classes a day.
But
That's
presumably
just
the
me.
kids are going to be at schools.
Yeah, so my main target market during school hours would be obviously the preschoolers up to your 5-year-olds. That's probably the biggest market during the daytime.
What are your ambitions with it, and what would you look to get out of it?
My ambitions with it would be, my ultimate dream is to have this centre where children come and they do their weekly session, and hopefully it would take off enough that then we could open other centres up around the country. That's what I'd love. I want it to be teaching yoga for the gift of teaching yoga. Obviously, gift, you can't do anything for free these days. But to get it out there to as many children as possible, because it really is, it's a way of life, and it's a very calm way of life. So it's bringing in this new generation. It's very big at the moment. Way Blue, the children's programme, is very much coming in with toddlers. That's my dream, is to get it out there.
She's good.
Be interested in doing something with her, because I'd like to do something different.
I've been amazed at how much there's been.
I think you need to differentiate serious money and